welcome back. On this episode, we're going to tear into my $250 EZ GO Marketplace find. I'm Jeff. Welcome to Cart Crazy. Alright, here we go. If you're following the channel, welcome back. We are in the first episode in the new garage. I'm really excited about that. But tearing back into the cart that I've named Swamp Thing, and I've got a lot of cool ideas for this. I've actually decided I'm finally going to do a Navitas conversion. I've been talking about it forever, and we'll get into some more details of that a little bit later. But as of right now, I've got to get this dump box off because I have a gentleman who's about an hour away and he wants to buy it. I posted this on Marketplace last night and my phone has been blowing up. I had no idea this thing would be so popular. I was about ready to throw it in the dumpster. I put it on for 175 bucks and I'm not taking a dime less because there's about 3 or 4 people behind him if he doesn't want it. So that means I'm going to be into this cart for 75 bucks, and I couldn't be happier about that. So first order of business, let's get this dump box tore off of here for him because he'll be here in a little while, and then we can start going over the rest of this, and I'll show you some things I've got in mind, and we'll go from there. So here we go. Well, that didn't take long. A couple of bolts and the old impact, and I don't know, maybe 10 minutes and we've got it off. In the process of doing that, I had to take the roof off because of the back support struts. So I haven't heard from that gentleman, but like I said, I think he's on his way or will be shortly. So we'll get that out of the way and probably start tearing into some of this garbage and stuff in here, get that vacuumed up a little bit. And actually all of the electronics are coming out of this cart. I'm going to use that in another cart that has some issues with electronics because we won't need any of that for my plans that we've got going here. So we'll do a little vacuuming and clean up and get back on it here in just a little bit. Alright, I went and grabbed the Debris Eliminator 9000, but I think what I'm going to do first is I'm going to grab as much of this as I can just kind of by hand, just so I don't clog up the vacuum cleaner. Throw a bunch of it just in a regular trash bag, and then get that cleaned up a little bit. And what we'll do is we'll start probably drilling rivets and get this body off of here so we can see, you know, exactly what we're working with. Alright, got a bunch of the debris out by hand or with the vacuum. Now we can start the tedious task of drilling all these rivets out. One thing I don't care for, and I've said this before in the EZ GO, is all these rivets. And not a big deal. I mean, we'll get through it, but it's just, I wish everything was bolted together versus riveting. You can take things on and off a little easier. And like me, I change my mind about 1,600 times through the process of doing something, so, you know, I've got to really be committed once I rivet it on. If I'm going to take it back off, I'm drilling rivets and putting new rivets in. So, anyway, let's get through some of these and get down to that frame a little closer. And under this floor mat, there'll be a bunch. We got to pull these rocker panels off, and then there'll be a bunch of rivets along there. And a bunch of other ones that I forget where they're all at until I start pulling on things and say, oh yeah, that's where the other one is. But this one has a trailer hitch, which of course I'll take off because that's totally useless to me. But yeah, I know I'm rambling a little bit like I always do, but just kind of gathering my thoughts here. It does have the electrical for the headlights and taillights. Of course that's going to get all ripped out because we're not going to use any of that. We'll use this, the harness that comes with the new body kit. But one thing I'm excited about is getting rid of this forward and reverse switch. It's kind of clumsy and awkward, and I don't really care for that design. We're going to put an electronic forward and reverse, which will be up in the dash here with a push of a button. That way, if I do decide to keep this cart, which I probably won't, but if I do, you know, my wife prefers that a lot better over the, you know, the lever under the seat. It's just a lot more convenient, like I said. So anyway, let's quit rambling and get to work here. Gotta feel sorry for my little guy here. This morning earlier, I was turning my heat on in here, trying to figure out how to work that, and had my back to him, and he loves to come in here and jump on these golf carts and then jump up on the seat. This one didn't have a seat, and he didn't know that, so he jumped up and fell right down into the battery tray, and luckily he didn't get hurt, but he's a tough little buddy. Anyway, enough of that. These Phillips head screws are like a bugger and they never come out. So what I do is just take my grinder and grind them off, and then you can come under here with a pry bar and pop them right off and then deal with those later. So it doesn't pay to try to fight with them and strip them out and all that, because I'll put new plastic rockers on here that don't have that steel sill plate on it, and we'll just bolt them on and be done with it. So what I wanted to show you underneath the plastic mat, if I can get under there, is right there, all those extra rivets that are holding the body on. So if you haven't watched a previous episode and you're trying to figure out how to get the body off so you can replace the body on your own cart, I just wanted to show you that. The rockers, there's one more here, and I think, I'm trying to remember in the back if they just pop in. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Pile of dirt. Good. Yeah, they just pop in the back, and then that one rivet right there in the front, and then those rockers will come off. So the front, I drilled out all the rivets for the front cowling, and it seems to me there's another one. Oh, I think that one actually goes through the body. I think that's what it was. You think I'd remember this, being I've done a bunch of these, but just a lot of drilling and grinding and so on and so forth. Okay, got a couple things done off camera here. Just started popping zip ties off of our wiring harness, getting that all loose. And I think I've got a game plan here. I'm going to go ahead and yank all the wiring off. Definitely don't need any of that. I'll unbolt it right from the motor, come through here and drill out all the rivets for the dash, and that'll come loose. Same with the floor pan. There's a few left on there. And I do want to pull that battery tray out. Basically what I'm trying to accomplish today is get it down to the frame, to the point where I can start ordering parts and get some painting done. Got to order bushings. Actually, now that I think about it, that lift kit might come with new bushings. I'll check on that. Otherwise, bushings are cheap. I think they're less than 20 bucks off of Amazon, so that's not too bad. Pull the bumper off, get all this wiring out of here. Basically start with a clean slate, and that's what I'm trying to do today, is just get it down, get the parts I don't need thrown away or stored or whatever I'm going to do with them, and get it to where we can start visualizing the future. How's that? Well, things progressed rather quickly. Got a bunch done off camera. My wife actually came out to help a little bit, and I really appreciate that. However, she doesn't like to be on camera, so out of respect for her, I turned the camera off. But I can kind of walk you through what we got done. Basically pulled the wiring harness, the main wiring harness out, not the light wiring harness, basically as one big chunk. Everything just kind of unbolts, and like I said, I'm not using any of that. I may reuse it on another cart, so I'm not super concerned. And I've got wiring diagrams and stuff if I ever need to figure out where everything goes. I still need to pull the front bumper and headlight off. That basically fell apart when I was taking the wires and stuff off. what else did we get done? The dash is obviously off. Steering wheel, which I've got that laying there because I need to put it back on so I can steer it for going in and out. That's, I guess what we'll call the firewall, maybe? I don't know. What would you call that? It's not really the dash, because the dash is over there, so I would call that the firewall, I guess. That's all light harness, gobbledygook, nothing we need at the moment. I did see the boot is all deteriorated. I probably could order a boot, I would imagine, so the rack seems to be in good shape. So we'll get online and check for that. I do want to pull the battery tray yet. I probably said that 3 times now, but I'm gonna do it, I promise. We'll get that pulled out. There's a bolt there, and I believe it bolts through, yep, right here. And then just one left on the back. There's normally 2, but that got taken off when we did the seat. So that can get tossed. And then we can get outside, do some cleaning. Probably said that 3 times already too, but I do this in segments, so I forget what I say, so I apologize if I'm repeating myself, but anyway, talking a lot and not getting anything done, so let's go to work. Alright, teardown is complete. There's some people that get real crazy and pull the axles out and pull the leaf springs off and the front axle, and I ain't doing all that, okay? Number one, I don't think it's necessary. Some guys powder coat the frames, and yes, I paint the frames and I enjoy that. It looks a lot nicer, but no need to pull it down any farther. We'll be doing enough of that when we do the lift kit and all of that. So this is good enough to where we can get her cleaned up good, clean the floor up, get it back inside, and like I said earlier, come up with our game plan, start ordering parts and that sort of thing. So let's get it out and cleaned up. Alright, here we go with the best part. Pressure washing. Well, here we are back in the shop. That is a good feeling. Get all that dirt and grime off of there. Very, very satisfying. My wife came out and helped me, which was awesome. I was able to get some better shots of the cleaning process. I've never been able to do that before, so thank her for her help. Got my little tiny pile of parts. That's all I'm really saving. Everything else is going to be brand new. In fact, the dash might even be replaced. I'm not sure if I'm going to reuse that one or not. But that's going to do it for this episode. Really appreciate y'all coming along, and we'll see you next time.